What's up, fellas? So let's get into some real shit today. I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about the 10 most important things I learned from my uncle. Okay, guys, I thought this was a great video idea. I don't know how the hell I've been on here over 3 years and nobody never asked me this. That's amazing, but this is a great video idea. Now, before I start, I want to just say this. Some of the stuff that I wrote down and came up with was stuff that I learned subconsciously. All right, it wasn't stuff that, he sat down and told me. It also explained a lot. So like, my uncle was the type of guy, he lived by example, right? He schooled us on some stuff, but a lot of the stuff, and with you guys too, you'll learn that you learn from the older guys in your family from just watching them. And sometimes it might not make a whole lot of sense at that point in time, but later on in life, you'll start to understand why you have the tendencies to do some things that you do. Okay, so I wanted to point that out before I get started. So it wasn't like, I'm 12 years old and he's sitting down teaching me this stuff. No, it just, in my 20s, when I sit back and analyze, it explained a lot of my behaviors, if that makes sense. Some of the stuff I should have learned from him, but I didn't. All right. And so it was hard taught lessons. I want to put that out there too. Okay, guys. But these are 10 things, most important things that I learned from my uncle. Number one, and I've talked about this a lot of times on a lot of other videos, so I'm going to say it again. His number one saying was, keep your friends in your pocket. Now, when I was young, you guys know what I used to think about this when he told me that? You just an old hater with no friends. And so you don't want me to have no friends. That's what I thought of that when he told us that when we was younger. You just an old washed up hater with no friends and lonely. And so you want us to be just like you. I can sit here and I can tell you guys, as a man that's over his 40s now, that he is absolutely correct. You ain't got no damn friends. That's what he told us, and he is exactly right. If the thing with friends is, as long as you guys are both on the same level playing field, you got friends, no problem. If you start leveling up, check out your friends. And that's the thing. So a lot of you guys say, well, I got good friends. Yeah, both of you are either successful or both of you are either bums. In any effect, nobody's outshining the other one. What have I told you guys over and over again? You guys run around here preaching hypergamy, hypergamy, hypergamy 24/7. But none of you guys never think about men's flaws, jealousy, envy. You see it right here on YouTube. Look at, I don't even want to say no names, but y'all guys see it on YouTube. You see it with guys hating on over there in the fitness community right now. I don't even want to get into that crap. But a lot of guys over there jealous of other people's success. Let's just call it for what it is. Some people get more views than others, and it causes resentment. That's what I've always seen from men. You do not see this from women primarily, which is strange to me, but it makes sense. You do not. Women, they be jealous and they'll a little chit chat behind your back, but you won't see women over there like making videos about other women unless they like in the public, figure or something like that. Like you'll see these female YouTubers, they'll make a video about the housewives or something like that, but they're not gonna go make another video about another YouTuber. That's mostly the men that do crap like that. Clout chasing and jealousy. That's what I've seen from men. So you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do as long as you don't get more views than me. As soon as you get more views than me, I'm finna put your name in the title and clout chase your ass. That's what I've seen from men. What I've seen from guys that's in my friend circles, when you start leveling up, you start dressing better. I had one friend, like when I told y'all guys about that income tax I got, and I got the pull-out grills and the little necklace. Yeah, no, it wasn't much, but he was hot. He ain't say it, but you could just see it. He didn't even want to hang out. Jealous. He didn't even want to hang out. I had my little top pull out, and bottom pull out grill, my little necklace on, my little FUBU platinum. And so the girls, you know, I told y'all guys I ended up sleeping with a couple of my best female friends with that. Go there with him. He don't even want to hang out. That's what I've seen from guys. Now, as long as I was just, you know, plain Jane with him, or he was able to outshine me, cool, we best of buds. You level up, oh, hell no. I can't have it. I can't stand it. That's what I've seen. So my uncle, God rest his soul, was 100% right. That's what life situations have taught me. I saw it at the gym. Okay, when I started selling at the gym, the females would come and ask me, you know, the females, the younger trainers at the gym would start asking me, you know, how did I sell so good? Because I was real good at selling. Here go the managers in the office. They hating. They mad. They mad. I'm getting all the shine. I'm getting all the attention. Here they ass. They in there mad. They in there mad. So they start messing with me and stuff. That's why I left the gym. So they in there jealous because I'm selling and everybody is like, oh, Bama, Bama, Bama. You know, they call me Bama because I'm from Alabama, not because I'm slow. And they can't take it. See? Just jealousy. That's all I've ever seen from men. And any of you guys, get a hot chick. Get a super hot chick. And then take her out. You better hope you don't run around. You better not take her around no single men. Or you going to be fighting your ass off. Unless you're like 6'4", 250. Shit, if your ass 5'8", 175, you could probably even be 200. Shit, hell, you even be my size sometimes. If you look weak. So when I go out with hot chicks, I be looking. As soon as a motherfucker start looking like he want to, let's look. The boy, I get the bucket and start looking up at the sky. I don't look at the sky, motherfucker. As soon as I see a motherfucker get to hating just because you with a hot chick. That's what I've seen, guys. And as you guys get older, you'll see it too. Men are some of the most jealous and envious motherfuckers I ever seen walking the earth. That's what I've seen. You don't got no friends. Yeah, you do, long as you broke. So you do. If you broke right now, you got friends. You level up, you ain't gonna have no goddamn friends. Unless they leveling up too. All right. So unless you pulling them up too, or they on your level. Other than that, you ain't gonna have no friends. Next, guys, respect is a must. I never remember nobody in my life ever disrespecting my uncle. Ever. He was a man's man. I mean, that's just the bottom line, guys. I don't know what else you want to call it, but nobody played with my uncle. And I'm gonna tell y'all guys something, how important respect is. I remember I had a homeboy, right? And this years ago, right? And he was kind of flashy and he was in the streets and stuff like that. And I was like, man, you know, all this jewelry stuff he used to wear and all these cars. And I was like, man, you'll never be worried about nobody come robbing you and nothing like that. You know what he told me? Respect go a long ways. And he was 100% correct. So even though he had all that fast money and he was in the streets and stuff like that, and of course, all us guys from the street know anybody can be touched. But the point what he was trying to say was respect go a long ways. When you have respect, you don't get tested. So you can stop a lot of the testing just with respect. The same way you guys get your see when y'all guys understand what I'm finna say right here. When you leave a woman after she done acted up, or you break up with her and she had to come beg you back, watch how she acts from then on. You have earned her respect. It is a different feeling. It's a different feeling when a woman respects you. You can feel it. She know I'll leave her ass. And that's the same way dudes is. When dudes respect, they know you'll fight their ass up. You cannot beat respect. And from what I've seen about respect, usually at some point you have to earn it some type of way. So my uncle was tested a couple of days when I was real super young, but after that he didn't get tested no more. Okay? And that's the thing why you see, it's not like to get respect, you got to keep getting respect every day. You got to earn respect every day. Usually with respect, you earn it one time. If somebody at the gym testing you or something, you stand up and you let them know, and other people sit around and watch. Next thing you know, watch, I'm going to show you something about respect, right? Let's say you check somebody at the gym, right? The next day you come in, all the guys who saw you check that motherfucker, watch they gonna say, hey man, how you doing? That's how respect is. Now before, nobody said nothing to you. You come in the gym, nobody act like they don't even see you. Motherfucker see you check that motherfucker like you stood up for yourself. The next time they see you, they'll be like, hey man, what's up? Respect go a long ass ways. And my uncle had it, and I learned it from him. And it's a good, when you respect it, guys, it is a good feeling. And when you not respected, it's not a good feeling. It goes both ways. And when you let somebody disrespect you and you come around them the next time, you on eggshells because you know they don't respect you. And what happens? Other people see it, and so you just make the problem worse. That's why I sit here and I try to tell you guys, you have to earn respect. Because now other people, they want, you know, I wish we live in a world with good people. We do have some good people, right? But I wish we live in a good world where you could be just a good person, and other people then, you know, try you for, you know, take your kindness for weakness. But we don't. If you let one person disrespect you, people who normally don't even act like that, they'll start fucking with you. And normally they don't even act like that. But since they perceive you as weak and as, you know, easy to get over with, they'll start testing you. That's what I've seen. Okay. Now I went through that, like I told you guys, I went through that in school and I had to learn. Okay. My uncle I didn't get with my uncle till I was around 10, 11. So like I told y'all guys, y'all know the bully story with Roosevelt. I done told y'all that story over and over again. And I saw that situation to how I got with my uncle, and I started to mold more into his frame of being respected, right? And once I seen that and I felt how good it was to be respected, I ain't never changed since. Okay, I done told y'all guys that story about that, how that, you know, growing up with women, I wouldn't stand up for myself, then got with my uncle, and then from that point on, you say anything to me, we going at it. And I can sit here and I can tell you it's a good feeling. Any of you guys now getting bullied or somebody's messing with you at work, I ain't talking about just kids. I'm talking about grown ass men on his. It's somebody right now watching this right now getting bullied at work, not, you know, beat up or nothing, but, you know, some people kind of tell them in a kind of way. When you see their ass next time, hey man, listen here, you better find you somebody to play with. Now make sure you got a savings or something now, because see, this is the issue. And I'm going to go to another point. When you let it get so bad where people done disrespect you for so long, you literally might have to stand up for yourself when you do try to change, because that's not what they're accustomed to seeing from you. So if you stand up from yourself immediately, as soon as they test you, you can nip it in the bud. But when you done let them, you know, bully you, and then when you try to stand up for yourself, you literally might end up getting into an altercation because that's not the person that they're accustomed to seeing. They don't think that that's who you really are. They really think you weak. So you really might get in an altercation. That's why it's important never to let it get to that situation. Okay, guys? Next, be your own boss. My uncle was a shade tree mechanic. That's what he was. Now, all through my life, my early 20s, y'all guys don't have no idea. I used to quit jobs like how a normal person would change their drawers. Literally. There was nothing for me to quit 6 jobs a year. And for all you guys wondering, how did I get so many jobs? Well, I would go through these temp services, right? So we had all these temp services in my hometown. And so I had like this little circuit of them, right? It was the same ones, right? And then I would just go through all of them. And by the time I worked my way back to the first one again, they had them forgot that I walked off that job, you know, last year. So I would have all these, you know, what it was manpower, workforce, a couple of other little off-brand ones too. I can't even remember the name of, but I would quit a job working for them. And by the time I got back to needing them again, they had been forgot that I walked off a job they sent me to last year. So that's how I would get all them jobs and just walk off of them. And the issue with me walking off, I never thought I was lazy. I really just thought I was too good to be doing the job that I was doing. And I really think that that was coming from me seeing my uncle be his own boss. I don't know. I don't really feel like I was lazy, but I just felt like I should be doing more. Now, I don't want you guys to feel like you should be doing more and just walk off jobs. I'm lucky in that situation that everything turned out all right. Walking off jobs, I used to walk off jobs before I even found another job. Seriously. Now, part of the reason I would walk off the jobs also was because I knew how easy it was to go to another temp service, and they would send me right on out. Because I always had an advantage because I'm tall. That helps. When you go to these labor jobs, unfortunately, if you 6'4" or something like that and got a nice little size on you, they just look at you as somebody who's good at lifting or being able to do labor work. So I used to always get the jobs real easy, real easy. Soon as they see me, oh yeah, you could work right now. You know, everybody's always wonder, how the hell do you get all these jobs so easy? But the point I'm trying to say to you guys is, he entrenched in me early, watching him being his own shade tree mechanic. Be your own boss. And coincidentally, I did not become who I am today and be content in life till I became my own boss. All through my 20s and early 30s, I was tormented working jobs, quitting jobs. And it wasn't until I became my own boss that I felt content and happy. Whether it was my purpose or not, just to be my own boss, I felt happy. Even when I was doing that construction job and I was making decent money for the time, it still, some felt like it was missing. It wasn't until I became my own boss that I really felt like I was doing what I was supposed to have been doing. I always felt like I was too good or too smart to be working for somebody. And even when I was at the gym, working for the gym, I still didn't, and that was my purpose. I felt good. I want to tell you, I felt good being on my purpose and stuff like that, but it didn't really feel all the way complete until I became my own boss with my own brand, my own logo, my own website. Y'all guys ought to see me. I had my little sweatshirts with my logo on there. Y'all guys should have seen me. And that was just such a good, prideful feeling. But he entrenched that in me early as being your own boss. Next, guys, always have something for a rainy day. Now, I didn't take after him from doing that. I should have, but I never remember my uncle ever us having the lights cut off. I never remember us like going without food and stuff like that. Now, understand, we weren't rich. So for all you guys on here that grew up in middle class and upper class and stuff like that, you like, that's no big deal. My dad, you gotta understand, we just was normal people getting by. You know, so when you in the lower class, it really is a big thing when your lights or water don't never get cut off. Because when I was living with my other aunties and stuff, it wasn't that, I ain't gonna say it happened all the time, but it did happen where we would get the lights and water periodically cut off. When I moved my uncle, we never had that issue. We never had to go without eating. Now, for all you guys in the middle class, like I said, I understand that that's normal for the middle class, but we wasn't. The reason why we never did that, because I'm quite sure he went through tough patches, right, where people probably didn't get their car fixed or whatever. You know, everybody go through slow patches in business. It's because he probably had a good rainy day fund. Since I've been grown, I don't ever recall my uncle. It ain't no recall. He hasn't. I don't even want to say recall. He hasn't ever asked me for money. Ever. Ever. You know, most people, when they start getting older, you know, they need, and understand, my uncle was a shade tree mechanic. He didn't work for nobody. So it's not like he got a retirement. It's not like he got a 401k. He never worked for nobody. He was always his own shade tree mechanic. My uncle didn't know nothing about no investing. So I know he ain't had no goddamn in stocks or nothing like that. He obviously took something away, little here, little that. I know my uncle ain't know nothing about no goddamn index funds or mutual funds. He was just a normal, you know, old school guy. He ain't doing nothing about that type of stuff. So I know he didn't have that. I know he didn't have no Roth IRA or no 401k. He had none of that. And with all that being said, I don't remember him ever asking me for money or nothing like that. Okay, guys? So make sure you I wish I could say the same. I done had to go live with him when in my early 20s when I got fired. I told y'all guys that story. I cut the manager out. I had to go and move back home with him when I didn't stay there long, but I did have to go back home for a few months. Okay? So that's the thing with that. It's been other points in my life where I might then have to go back and live back home, but you know, things was a little tight. Couldn't get my car fixed. Okay? It takes a long time through life lessons for a lot of this stuff to entrenched in your head. A lot of the stuff I'm gonna tell you guys now gonna go in one ear and right out the other because you gotta learn it for yourself. Why it's good to hear it, and what's gonna happen is what I'm saying now, 5 or 10 years from now, it's gonna dawn on you. I see what AMS was talking about now. At that time, I didn't really get it, but I get it now. When you are young and vibrant, you think every day is gonna be perfect. You don't foresee nothing going wrong. I had a guy recently in my comments ask me, he said he had 13 grand and he wanted to know which stock should he invest in. That's just an emergency fund. That's not time. If you somebody who got 10 grand, 13 grand, something, that's just an emergency fund. Okay, boom, you got first step. First step to anything, guys, is to get you an emergency fund. You know, most people say 3 months, 3 to 6 months. I say 6 to 12 months, guys. That's what I say. That's what I see. You're gonna see most people say just have 3 to 6 months. Man, I done went through patches. Let me put, okay, for instance, guys, this is why I say a year. So a lot of you guys don't know, leading up to becoming a personal trainer, the club that I was working, I don't know if I told y'all guys this in another video. If I did, then I apologize for repeating it, but the club had closed down to remodel, right? They remodeled the club. They closed down. They told us when they closed down, they said it's going to be closed down for like 2 or 3 months. They're going to do a light remodeling. That turned to 6 months, like 5 or 6 months. By the time the gym called me back, I literally was on the change. You know the change you just throw in your dresser and stuff, or throw in a little bucket or something, a little spare change. I was literally using that spare change for food. I had done went through all my savings, but the point being is I had a savings, and I sit here and I say to myself, what if I only had $1,000 or even $2,000? I think at the time I had like $5,500 give or take in my savings. I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was like 5,500, right? And I stretched that out for that 5 or 6 months, all right? And so the point being is, and that's also the time, guys, when my car went down and I didn't even think about getting that fixed. That was like, you bugging. Like I needed a computer for the Chrysler 300. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm finna spend like, I think it was like $1,300 for a computer in my car when I don't even know when I'm going back to work. The point being is, I say to myself, what if I didn't have that $5,500? I probably would have had to go back home to Alabama, guys. See, when you don't have an emergency fund, you put yourself at risk of losing everything. That's in a situation that if I only had 2 grand saved up instead of 5,500, and understand, guys, that 5,500 was with him. He still would find me gigs here and there, like 1 or 2 days on the weekend. The gig I had before was like 5, 6 days. When that closed down, he would still find me like little spots here 1 or 2 days a week. So I still had a little something coming in, but you'll be surprised at how fast your money dry up when you don't got income coming in. I don't think you guys grasp that when you don't have money coming in, even if you got 10 grand, let's say you just lost your job, 10 grand goes fast when you have nothing coming in. I know you sitting down and you got that 10, 13 grand, whatever he told me he had, and you just feel like, man, this is a whole lot of money. Not when you ain't got nothing coming in, it ain't, motherfucker. That 13 grand will go in 3 months. Well, not that fast, but you get what I'm saying. It can go in 3 months, depends on what your bills are. I was living in a shitty basement, paying $500 a month for rent. Okay, so yeah, I could say, but what if I was somewhere paying $1,700, $1,800? You see what I'm saying? I don't know what your bills are. Maybe you got a car note. I didn't have a car note at the time. So yeah, you got 13 grand, but what if you're paying $1,800 a month for rent, a car note, God knows what else? Okay, guys, I want you guys just to keep that in mind. So Keep you a rainy day fund. Next, guys, number 5, keep an old lady. This is even for my red pill guys. So let me explain something to you guys. One of the biggest mistakes I always made in my life was like I would have feminine, submissive women, and I would just discard them when I would get tired of fucking them. And that would lead me to these droughts that I always talk. When I tell y'all guys about keep girls in the friend zone, now do not worry about keeping a woman that's acting up and, you know, disrespecting you. I'm talking about for my guys out there that got girls that maybe you've been fucking her for a year and you just like, I'm ready, you know, time to throw it to the side of the road. And I'm sitting here telling you now, do not do that. If you got a feminine, submissive woman, maybe you don't enjoy fucking her as much as you did in the beginning, but I'm telling you, listen to an old man talk. You keep that spare tire in the trunk. You keep that goddamn woman. You keep you an old lady. I am telling you right there, if you ain't gotta listen to me, do it your way. But this is what's gonna send you on one of those 4, 5 good old droughts you go through. Keep you an old lady. Most of the guys, the celebrities that y'all see are married. I'm not telling you guys to get married. I'm just saying keep you an old lady. That means keep you a main chick. That's what when I say keep an old lady, I don't mean go get married. I don't mean a girlfriend. I mean, like for me, I got a main girl. I had a main girl in New York and I got a main girl down here. And everybody else evolves around her because she's the one that the most feminine and the most reliable one. Okay? And I'm going to tell y'all guys what that does. With the other women, it makes me not even care. Do y'all guys grasp? I'm trying to get y'all to grasp. I know I say you should be on your purpose and you shouldn't care in a way, but let's just be real. When you got a good, reliable a good, reliable woman at home, you really don't care. I had one girl, this is no lie. There was this week that I was trying to set up a date. She was like, oh, well, I got to check my schedule. I literally hung up the phone in her face because I got 2 really reliable chicks. I literally just hung up the phone and she's like, oh, I just hung up the phone in her face. Would I have been that short on that if I had no girls, reliable booty like that? Probably not. I probably would have worked with a little bit more. But by me having 2 solid, reliable girls in my rotation, 2 solid, all right? And the other polygamous girl, she comes and goes. I think she got a boyfriend or something, whatever, right? But whatever. So she comes and goes. We see her like once or twice a month. But I think she got a boyfriend. But that's none of our business. You know, y'all guys know I'm not doing no relationship. But the point being is, the old school guys know you could, even for my guys that is in relationships or married, if you're gonna cheat, fine. I'm not here to judge guys who cheat or whatever. Like I tell you guys, if you're a cheater, you really in a scarcity mindset. You should just tell a woman you want to be in an open relationship and date other people and stuff like that, right? But that's for another video. Well, I'm gonna stick to this video, and the point is, keep you a reliable woman. All right, keep you an old lady. Keep you a main thing. All the old school guys knew that. This my main chick, and then everything else revolves around her. My uncle was with my auntie for over 30 years. Now, what he did and what she did on the side, I'm quite sure they both probably did some things on the side, but that's regardless. At the end of the day, they both knew that they had each other, and what they had going on outside had to go around that. Okay? Next, guys, masculine frame. My uncle had to be the most masculine, non-playful motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. I don't ever remember him playing. I think if he would have smiled, it would have cracked his face. Now, I'm not telling you guys you have to be that serious, but I'm just telling you this is a lot of the reasons why he was not tested. My auntie was a very, what's the word? I don't want to say ratchet, but she was not a weak woman, but she never tested him. Do y'all got my auntie was to this day, she is not a weak woman at all. And I don't ever remember her testing him. That just let y'all guys know how much a masculine frame and how far respect goes. Next, guys, have a lady who views you as an alpha male. So one thing I don't want to do that my uncle did was I think he was with a woman that viewed him as a beta male. All right. A respectable beta male, but a beta male nonetheless. I really don't ever think she was attracted to him physically. That's how I feel. I think she was with him for providing and protection. That's what I think. I don't never remember seeing no affection, none of that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Despite all this red pill stuff, I talk this, that, and other. I like when a woman is affectionate and makes me feel like she likes me for me and loves me for me, not because she thinks I'm gonna be a good provider. And that's just me. I like that feeling. That's not saying that she would be with me if I was to, lose everything and become unemployment. That's not, and become broke and homeless. That's not what I'm saying. But the point, what I'm saying, because I know that's a component of it. Stability is a component of it. But what I'm saying is when I look at the chicks that I fool with, I genuinely think that they are attracted to me. And I don't think that I ever remember seeing that from my auntie. I don't ever recall that. And I never want to be in a relationship like that. And I don't never want none of you guys to be in a relationship like that because I know what it looks like. Not saying that they wouldn't happen and, stuff like this. It's just the affectionate part. I don't ever remember my aunt. All right, when my main chick that I just was telling you guys pull up, when I come out to get her out the parking garage, and she look up and she see me, she got this big old smile like she just saw Jesus himself. I mean, it's this big old, she's just giddy. And I don't want no girl to pull up and you could just sit in her face. She's just like, oh, there he goes. I don't want that. Even though I do all this red pill stuff, this, that, and other, I don't like that beta male sex. I don't like that beta male affection. Not me. I want a girl that looks at me as an alpha male. Next, guys, have a skill set. So my uncle was a shade tree mechanic. And the one, what I was just talking about, stability and him never needing nobody and stuff like that, he had a skill set. So you guys want to know what brought stability to my life? Because my life was always up and down throughout my life. My life has always been stable since I became a personal trainer. Since I finally got a skill that I can act up on, that I can go out into the marketplace and say, hey, I know how to get your glutes and your core stronger. Pay me X amount of dollars. Since I've been able to go into the marketplace and demand X amount of dollars, my life has been stable. When you have no skill set or no education and basically all you got is your biceps and your back to lift shit, you are always going to be like this. You always going to be a roller coaster. You ain't got to take my word for it. Just do it. You have no value. It's easy to fire you. When I was a bouncer at the club, the manager, they just discard you like nothing because you just a big body. You have no skill. You bring no value to the marketplace. I can get any old donkey to sit back there and watch that door. Of course, you have some bouncers that are better than others, but y'all guys get my point. You really don't have no value for real. You easy to replace. Have a skill set. It provides stability in your life. If you don't get that skill set, you always have that instability. Next, guys, never let people owe you money. This one right here, my uncle was a shade tree mechanic, and you could not get your car back until you paid him his money. That's how he operated. Any of you guys out there, if you loan somebody some money, what you're going to lose is a family member or a friend, and you're going to have a headache chasing your money. That's what will you possibly get it back? Sometimes, well, from what I can tell you in life, it's not even worth it. If you got it like that, you'll be better off just giving it to him and say, hey man, don't worry about it. But if you can't just take it as a loss like that, you better off telling him you don't even got it. Somebody like me who does got it, and everybody who knows me knows I got it, I'll just flat out tell you no. Had a homeboy call me at the beginning of the year when Corona hit, tell me he wasn't gonna be able to make payroll. I said, man, what you gonna do? How you gonna figure that out? Because I don't loan nobody shit. And don't care if you ever call me again or nothing like that. I really don't give a shit. I do not loan nobody money. If it would have been some chump change or something like that, I probably would just said, man, I'm going to PayPal you that. Don't worry about it. He come tell me some thousands, tell my payroll. You know, his payroll's thousands. Where you going to get that from? Do I got it? Absolutely. Would I miss it? Nope. Is he going to get it? Nope. So I'm going to tell you guys, as you guys become high value men, what's going to end up happening. What's going to end up happening is, instead of people spending brain power to figure out how to get the money you make, they'll spend brain power and time and energy trying to figure out how to get it out of you. That friend I'm telling you guys about, he does stand-up comedy. I have told him, dude, start a YouTube channel. I told him this before I moved to Atlanta. You think he did it? I even told him, hey, man, I'll do a couple of videos with you. I'll shout you out on a couple of my videos, whatever, get you going. You think he did it? Nope. Too busy plotting to see how he going to get money out of me. You see what I'm saying? This the dumb shit you deal with. Now, if I wish when I started my YouTube channel, I had somebody who had over 400,000 subs to shout me out or want to be in my videos to bring some light to me and give me a look, get the ball rolling a little bit. Nope. I'll just sit around and I'd rather just figure out how to plot to get some money out of you. You think I'm finna loan somebody some money who I told to start their own YouTube channel and they won't? Nope. So you won't get nothing out of me. Never loan anybody any money. If it's something you want to give it to them, just give it to them. Somebody will call me and ask me for a friend or something, or a family member will call me and ask me for $200 or $300, I give it to them. If you ask me for something that it's too much that I'm willing to give you, I don't loan money out. It ain't nothing but a headache. Next, guys, he was a minimalist. And so basically, I never remember my uncle being flashy or like none of that. He always had like these same jeans. If he had this one suit, this gray suit, and you always know he had a special event or something when he had that damn gray suit on with that damn gray hat, that one suit. I never remember him. We grew up in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Now that I'm familiar with real estate, right, I actually went on Trulia and looked it up because I wanted to see how big it was. Do y'all guys believe that house was only 1,100 square feet? A 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,100 square feet. I want y'all guys to let that sink in. Not once did I ever feel like we was in a small house or nothing like that. But the point being is, by being a minimalist, this is another thing that keeps you from falling into the trap of where you falling down when you're a minimalist. It's when you try to live above your means that you run into trouble. So that's part of the reason why, even if he went through a rough patch or something, by him being a minimalist, you can make it through. When you guys out here who want to go get a G-Wagon and you want to go and live in a big penthouse and all this other type of stuff, and that's fine as long as everything is going smooth. But if something happens, that high lifestyle is going to eat through your savings fast as hell. When you're a minimalist, you could just have a little something and you could figure it out. Okay, guys? And I'm slowly adopting that now. As I'm getting older, I'm slowly, I still drive that same goddamn Mercedes. I done had it 6 years now. The old me, there's no way in the hell that I would have had that car that long. No way. I would have had it 3 years trading in, trying to get something new. I'm slowly trying to adopt it. Okay, guys. The last one, this was a bonus one too, is this because it's the 11th one, but it's a bonus. He was a hustler. Now, a lot of people got different interpretations of what a hustler is. To me, all a hustler is, guys, somebody who knows how to make money more than one way. In other words, they got multiple streams of income. That's what a hustler is to me. If you somebody and you rely on one stream of income, that's a problem. A hustler to me is to try to figure out multiple. Some people say a hustler is somebody who knows how to adapt. You could say that also. A hustler, some people say a hustler is somebody who knows how to make money from anything. And I would say that too. But to me, the simplest form of a hustler to me is just somebody who gets multiple streams of income coming in. Okay, guys, my uncle had all type of little side hustles. He had the little junkyard to where if he'll ride around and he see a car in the yard. He'll go up, knock on the door, and want to see if you want to salvage it. He'll buy it. Most people have little junkyard cars in the yard, and they really want somebody to just come get it. It's just over. But him, he gonna take it. He gonna sell a door off of it or sell a seat out of it. Multiple hustles. Not only did he do that, he had the little junkyard thing where he sell his little parts. So he was a hustler, guys. All right, just multiple streams of income. All you guys, you should have your little main thing and have your little side hustle, or 2 or 3. All right, guys. So those are the most important things I learned from my uncle, guys. All right, I'll get back with you guys later.